Oh shit, we're here. Where was I? Well, that was the second time I yelled at a cab driver. Hi.
I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. All right.
Alone. I'm alone.
Oh, sorry. I got stuck in the annals of the world for a second.
Oh, welcome back to the chaos and unadulterated
Oh, it's something.
sheer levity, lovely of the Black Tower podcast. I'm Josh. I am, as it says right here, the Sorrel Von Mail.
Oh, I am Andrew, as it says right here. Your Bain Mahale.
Are you? Sort of on my handle.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Welcome back to another episode of the Black Tower podcast. Josh, are you ready for this? You haven't seen this. Get ready. Sorry, Reese, you were supposed to be here for this, but here is a new thing. Black Tower podcast. Hello.
Shut up!
Reese made her way into the intro.
Atheon
Mahale
is out on official Black Tower business.
Emergency Black Tower leave.
She got word that someone did not glove it before they love it, and you know how.
So she's making the Reese's Pieces.
You know how she feels about that. So rest assured,
there, Reese's.
The glove will be gloved before the love is loved, and if it's not, the Aiel Mahale will be there to say something.
Like your sleep paralysis demon just peeking over the corner of your bed. What are you doing? What's going on, guys? Are you missing something?
All I could think of is me laying in bed, waking up, and Reese is right there.
Just
Reese, you are
it's
now
like a MEPS doctor. Relax. I'm your MEPS doctor.
I'm tagging it in the Discord right now. Which, by the way, hey Andrew, do you want to tell them that we have a Discord?
Yeah, and the easiest way to tell you have a Discord is by telling you some of the other cool stuff we have, like our Patreon. If you go over to blacktowerpod.com, you'll find links to all of our cool stuff, including the Discord that Josh mentioned and the Patreon that I mentioned, where you can get early access to all of our fun stuff, live recordings. Come on, the unfiltered, uncensored, unbridled taintedness that is the Black Tower podcast, where you too can get on your computer at 7:45 and then wait until 9:30 for the episode to go live. So, on occasion. Wow, no, guys, we're normally pretty good. We're normally pretty good about it, but today the taint struck. A bubble of evil struck, and it struck hard.
It got all of our tech.
There was tech hit Josh. Tech hit Reese really hard. We have a fantastic person that has hopped in last minute to join us that we'll bring in just a second. That, of course, by virtue of last minute asking, we had to give at least a couple of minutes to get ready, and they did in epic fast time, and we're incredibly thankful. So we'll bring them in just a second. But you can catch all of that kind of stuff, again, over on the Patreon, blacktowerpod.com. Click the Patreon button, and you can join and see all the behind-the-scenes shenaniganry for all of that.
Yes.
And help support what we do here, and maybe get some early tidbits on when we're gonna do announcements for different stuff like Gathering Madness and things like that.
Speaking of Gathering Madness, if you have any questions about the Gathering Madness, what you should do is go into the description below where Andrew has put a link to the live Q&A that we hosted. Mm-hmm. You totally did that. And then watch that episode. And if you still have questions after that, go to our website, blacktowerpod.com/TGM, or you can go to Black Tower Pod, click the Gathering Madness icon, and go to the website, and it should have all the information there. And if you still have questions, or if you just want to talk about it with us, jump into our Discord. We've got a channel strictly for the Gathering Madness. We've also got email. We've also got, you can DM us on any social media platform, all the way. We want to party with you. So let's do it. Let's do it. Come on.
Definitely not last minute adding that stuff right now as we're recording. Look at that. Crazy. Anyway,
No, you definitely
uh,
talked about that before.
yeah, definitely check this stuff out. It's going to be dope. In Utah, Alaskan Inland Spa. We're going to do all the fun stuff. I'm going to keep slapping my hands like this to drive the point home. We're doing all this fun stuff. Anyway, speaking of incredible things coming, and not talking about coming all the way October 17th through 19th, which is when the Gathering Madness is, we have a fantastic guest, somebody that answered the last minute call. Somebody you may know from North Harbor podcast, somebody that's very familiar with harbors and North and finding North Harbor.
I mean,
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Rebecca Sadai.
Hi guys.
Rebecca
Hi.
Hi. It's funny.
How's it
I believe
going?
my co-host is with Dragon Mount tonight, so that's funny.
So, nope, not making that joke, Josh. We're moving on
Oh.
with that.
That explains why I probably asked a dumb question to Tom, because I also asked Tom, I was like, hey, are you busy? And he didn't answer, because he's probably busy with Dragon Mount.
He is busy. He's doing Dragon Mount stuff.
What? I thought their stuff was on like Mondays, or that's the rewatches on Monday.
I don't know.
The rewatch is on Mondays. I think. I
I
don't
do
know.
good to memorize, to like remember our own schedule, much less anybody else's.
Same.
Rebecca,
It's like,
hi,
hey, I
welcome.
met them this week. Hi. It's
Hi,
great to
welcome. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, where you're from, podcasty wise, or really whatever you want. I mean, it's your information.
see.
Right? Yeah, just put it out.
I'll put it out there. So my name is Rebecca Sadai. I am from North Harbor Podcast. We are a fun little podcast who likes to take things from behind. In other words, we are covering the Wheel of Time from the last chapter forward. So we have covered all of A Memory of Light. We are currently covering... Wait. Oh my god, why do I always forget it?
No, Two Towers.
Yeah.
What?
Or no,
Two
Towers.
Towers? I was like, Towers of Midnight is, I mean, Two Towers is Lord of the Rings.
I always do that. Every time I do that. And I'm even reading that one right now.
I get The Gathering Storm and Towers of Midnight like swapped all the time. And even I am sorry, there are people out there I have asked you to cover chapters. That's for when I'm done with the book that I'm on right now.
It's fine. There's Towers. Midnight has a 2 in it, unless you're doing military time.
You know,
it's
Towers
fair
of
enough.
Midnight. So we're on Towers of Midnight, and we have had a lot of fun showing a lot of people the way to North Harbor and guiding them along their path and seeing who's made it there before. Honestly, like, have you gotten lost on your way to North Harbor? You'd be surprised.
Yeah, it happened.
You know, so another really fun part of the podcast is that I honestly know nothing. I was very sheltered growing up. Let's just put it there. So we also find out the lots of fun bits that Rebecca said I missed when she was reading Wheel of Time.
Okay.
Like 30 times before she turned 30.
Oh yeah. No, that's real.
Right?
Look, I envy people who are reading The Wheel of Time for the first time, right? Because that was such a magical summer for me. Like, well, the summer reading like the first, whatever 6 or 7 books that were out, and then the subsequent years following this, leading up to this, right? And I envy people reading it for 2 reasons. For 3 reasons. One, it's the complete series. They get to go the whole way and read the whole thing. It's great. 2, I envy them because it's experiencing the greatest story ever told for the first time. It's so good. And then the third reason I envy people reading The Wheel of Time for the first time is there is such an engaged fandom that they don't have to spend years in the threefold waste, looking for other people's in the threefold land, looking for other people who like these damn books so that they could talk about it with someone.
Well, you got a threefold land. I mean, if you're looking to explore, I got a threefold land you can. Hello. Hey
Oh,
there.
Andrew. Hi.
I can't promise 3 folds, but it'll be plenty of
I was
explaining.
just gonna say you can fold yours 3 times.
Hmm.
I
Hey,
mean,
Andrew,
if
I
you
hope
squint really hard,
are. Anyway,
Anyway,
y'all got that trifold dragon.
sorry, you were in your speech, and I
Yeah.
interrupted.
I have ways to work around things with the one power. We're good.
Silly.
So anyway, North Harbor Podcast. We just celebrated 4 years.
Wow, that's awesome.
It's crazy to think about that. Like, I feel like, I mean, we're.
Because
Oh,
you guys
wait,
started
my
before we did.
AirPod did its weird
Like,
thing again. Every time I adjust my AirPod, it's like, oh, do you mean like like my AirPod's in charge now? I'm switching to another one. Jesus Christ.
Get out of there. Get out of there.
So anyway, we just celebrated 4 years, and part of the celebration was held at TowerCon. And so we started TowerCon the year after we started North Harbor. Wait, yes, we started 2021, and TowerCon started 2022, and this was our 4th ever TowerCon in Denver. So that was very, very exciting. Anyways, our best.
It's crazy for me to watch like folks that have started since we've started,
Mhm.
and then be like, oh, and celebrate like the yearly milestones. Like, I feel like the parent, like, obviously, like, not the parent in the way that, like, oh, you're a child and I'm watching you grow, but like more like the uncle or like aunt that's watching and being like, oh, I'm so happy for you, but every time you remind me that you're another year older, I feel like I'm another year ancient. So it's like, oh, we've been going for 4 years, and I'm like, oh, fuck, I've been doing like Black Tower podcast since 2018. I'm a fucking grandpa.
Yeah.
And then I remember that like Twatcast has been going on like for 14, 15 years, and I'm like, no,
their podcast can almost drop.
They're the old ones.
Hey, Joe.
Right?
Yeah. Joe's the old one.
Hey, Joe.
The gray in my beard is still hidden.
Sexy one. Let's be honest.
Yeah. Joe is the sexy. Those eyes go on for days.
And the salt and pepper.
That's why I've got so much art like up there.
And his hands, and he's got good hands. Yeah.
He's got really delicate fingers.
He has to press that button.
Well, speaking of delicate, shall we get into the spoiler warning so we can get into the episode?
Yes, please.
This one is brought to us near and dear by somebody I'm going to be seeing very soon. The best chef in the Black Tower, Valkyrie's best chef, and their 3rd best swordsman. Valkyrie talks. Oh, Rob, here you go.
Rob.
If it works. There we go.
Welcome to the Black Tower.
Oh, is it lagging for me now?
No, it just, well, I'm glad Rob welcomed us to the Black Tower. That's a good start.
I clicked it twice, and apparently that meant stop.
It's very engaging, right?
There we go.
Welcome to the Black Tower. This is your spoiler condom. If you have not read the complete works of Robert Jordan, The Wheel of Time, books 1 to 14, and also New Spring, Big Bad Book of White Arts, and The Companion, you are at risk of being spoiled. Spoilers come with side effects. These side effects may include headache, nausea, vomiting, death, dizziness, vaginal or penile eruptions and ejaculations, dysentery, cardiac arrhythmia, mild heart explosions, varicose veins, darkened stool, darkened souls, more vomiting, arthritis, hemorrhoids or diabetes, virginity, mild discomfort, vampirism or werewolfism, gender inequality for the whole planet, spontaneous dental hydroplosion, sugar highs, even more vomiting, or maybe just a mild rash. If you cannot deal with these side effects, please leave now, for fear of spoilers. You have been warned.
You have indeed been warned.
You have been warned. Yay.
Yay.
These are also the side effects from eating too much cheese.
What? Watch out, people! Man.
You're welcome.
So, now that you're all here, that means one of two things. Either one, you are a person who has read the entire series, or this could also mean you're a person who's not read the entire series, but you're willing to risk these side effects. And on that, I say, may the light have mercy on your soul.
Did it finish the whole thing?
It sure did.
Okay, good.
It was fucking beautiful.
We were warned about the spontaneous dental hydroplosions.
Oh my god.
Sorry, I was.
Wait, I have an emoji for that.
I was running out of beer, so I ordered more beer. So I had to like give my ID to get the beer. So,
oh yeah, you gotta get the beer.
It is impossible to get alcohol in Pennsylvania.
Oh, really?
I'll bet you it's worse in Utah.
No, it is not. And I speak of this. Wait, I will tell you, it is not. It cannot be. Can you order
There's
it?
pans in my Sylvania.
So I cannot order alcohol
I
online.
can't order it here either.
I cannot go to a grocery store and get alcohol.
They just started to be able to do that this year.
Like at all?
At all. There is no liquor in the grocery store.
All right,
period.
so you are just...
I'm not liquor, alcohol. Like
There's-
you can't buy
there's
beer or wine.
beer.
The beer, yes. The 3.2 beer or whatever, you can get that in the grocery store. If you want the
Is that the
stronger
max?
beer, yeah. If you want the stronger
Oh.
beer, you have to go to the liquor store.
So you can't get wine or champagne
No.
Nope.
at a grocery store.
Nope.
Yeah. So
Oh Jesus, bud! No
they
IPAs down there in the grocery stores. What a
just
tyrannical place!
Started
Oh, Jesus,
to do that here in grocery stores this year, I guess, or within the last couple of years. But moving here from the middle of the 1970s, aka Wisconsin, the alcoholic capital of the globe, it's definitely a culture shock. I'm like, dude, I need to ride my bicycle down to the grocery store.
I want to ride my bicycle. Anyway, speaking of people that might be
order all my other groceries. Sorry.
Speaking of people that enjoyed their alcohol, we're talking about some alcohol potential enthusiasts made some of the best alcohol known to humankind.
And no, it's not Elaine Tricand.
Don't worry, this thumbnail will be updated to reflect.
Oh my god!
But the Aiel's deadliest duo,
adorable,
Bain and Chiad.
Bain and Chiad.
We're talking about Bain and Chiad.
I love Bain and Chiad. Look, the joke here is that this is another BTP
background breakdown.
Background breakdown. Thank you.
Background breakdown.
We're breaking down in the background.
Epic background breakdowns of history of the Wheel of Time.
And the joke here is that Bain and Chiad are two people. Are they? No, they're not. They are one. You've just got to accept
two parts of the same coin.
And the TV
coins
show
are not a concept we deal in, Wetlanders.
Inseparable.
I think the TV show did it best when they were just like, I go where she goes. Like that running gag, like
yeah.
Beautiful. I loved it so much. Also, I loved the casting for Bain and Chiad in the show. Glorious.
So,
absolutely.
I think
glorious.
it does this.
You see her in.
I think it does this best if we kind of just
another
one. I'm gonna go through this like super quick.
Do it.
Because this sets the stage for us to really explain why Bain and Chiad are so close, so intertwined, and why their bond is so like neat, but also makes so much sense. So yeah. God damn it, Josh. I mean, just because they're not opposed to a man doesn't mean that they're, waiting for a man. It's fine. Absolutely fine. So, Bain and Chiad are both Aiel. They are both Fardaris Mai. They are both maidens of the sphere. However, they hail from different clans. Bain hails from the Sharad clan. She is tall. She's got fiery red hair, dark blue eyes, sun-darkened skin, and is described as loyal, protective, and thoughtful, yet fierce. Chiad is from the Goshin clan, slightly shorter than Bain, has short cropped hair, also sun-darkened skin and gray eyes, and is described as being witty, independent, playful, but deadly serious when needed. Now, the Sharad and the Goshin have a feud history. The clans themselves, they got a history of not necessarily, they don't like each other. They've been fucking with each other over the water. We be taking the water. You're fucking with the water. We be fighting. However, there's a caveat. There's a caveat in Giotto in the concept of honor and duty, and the concept of warfaring amongst the Aiel, where when you hail from the same warrior society, being Fardaris Mai for Bain and Chiad, you are not required to fight each other if your clans fight, because your bond as sisters of Fardaris Mai outweighs your bond to the clan, right? And that's what really brings Bain and Chiad together. They're not required to fight each other because they're both Fardaris Mai, and it's this bond as Maidens of the Spear that really draws them together and gives them the opportunity to kind of talk and get to know each other and start building a friendship. And this happens frequently over time because the clans they're a part of frequently are clashing because they be feuding like worse than the Hatfields and the McCoys. All right,
And if you don't
except
get
without
that,
gunpowder, but with far better warriors, and not everybody's everybody else's cousin sister, right? So there's a significance in this because they go beyond the bond of Maidens of the Spear, right? There's a kind of like thing of like we don't have to fight each other that comes with Maidens of the, we don't have to be friends, but we don't have to hate each other. We don't have to fight each other. Bain and Chiad go even further beyond that, and they're like, we're gonna hang out, like we're gonna be friends, like we can't, like we're not gonna fight each other. We're not gonna fuck up the bonds of the society of the Maidens of the Spear. Yeah, Maidens of the Spear. They just
Maidens
carry
of
around a
the
ball.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we are now, right?
Yeah. They're just like, hey man, we're just gonna fucking like, we're gonna be friends. We're gonna talk about all this. We're gonna hang out with all this. We're gonna be cool. And they kind of wind up becoming attached at the hip, to where they're just going everywhere with each other. They don't really care. They wind up becoming like a bond that defies kind of clan ties, right? They're not really following what the Sharad want. They're not really following what the Goshin want. They're kind of a bit of not really defiance of both, and not in spite of both, but they're existing outside of the clan requirements, but within the Maiden of the Spear allowances that they're walking in.
We see this with wise ones as well, right? So wise ones are above and beyond battles, blood feuds, water feuds, bloodshed. You know, they exist above and beyond this. And so I think that is the first example we see in the Wheel of Time, of the Aiel having something that supersedes their feuds and their battles. And then we get into the closeness of the warrior society. And we start getting descriptions about how, you know, warrior societies, whether their clans have blood feuds, they do not. And then we get into the Maidens, which is the only group that accepts women, and it is all women. And I've heard descriptions of this. So I have not ever been in the military myself, but I have friends that have been. And women who are in the military seem to form bonds like you see in Fardarai. You know, through their personal experiences and their bonding, and they only have each other, right? Like to survive. And men have each other, but it is different. Like women have backs to protect.
sure.
Right? When you're out in battle together and everything like that. So you're bonding that way as sisters in battle, right?
It's a far kinder kind of like, I've got your back. Like the Stone Dogs and like the other like male societies, they're more numerous, so they have the benefit of that. But it's a far more like rugged, like, you know, like you better be able to hold your own.
Yeah.
And if I've like got your back, then like, you know, I gain G on you, Whereas the Fardaris Mai are far more in like it's a more caring kind of thing, which isn't a weakness at all.
Well,
It's a
I
more
would
like,
also
hey, like we gain G by protecting each other.
yes.
question how many of the male warrior societies need to protect each other from the male warrior societies? Like, not only do Fardarai Mai have to protect themselves from just being killed from other societies, other clans, right? But they got to protect each other as women
Sure.
because they have different dangers out there than do the male warrior society. So you're going to see a lot more women bonding than you are going to see men bonding because they have to,
Yeah. Well,
right?
Yeah.
there's also just just putting all that aside, right? There's
Right.
which not like dismissing it or down,
It's just
but it
another
is.
Well, I mean, the
why
maidens
they
do
are
like
so much closer.
Yeah.
And
they're
we're
just like we're
maidens
warriors. Like
even
we're
closer. Yeah.
the maidens are just like we're warriors. We're no different than anybody else.
We
Yep.
and I think a
Yeah.
perfect example of this is there's a situation in which and this is going to back what Rebecca's saying up. There's a situation in which there's like some banter, right? Where there's a stone dog and a red shield and a cloud, a thunderwalker, blah 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 blah, and it sounds like a joke, right? It sounds like I'm setting up a joke. So a stone dog, and a thunderwalker and a red shield walk into a bar. No, but you've got this sort of an exchange, right? Where it's the Stone Dogs and the Red Shields and the Thunderwalkers, whatever it is, they're all bantering, but they're all bantering towards the maidens. Now, again, I recognize that in this particular situation, the reason they're doing that is because the maidens have claimed the honor of the Kara Karn at this point in time, and
Hmm.
so that's fine. And but you don't have, forgive me, this is
And
not this.
unbeknownst to him, he's accepted them as the honor bearer.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't have four societies equally bantering against each other. You have three
Hmm.
societies bantering on one society. And as a result, you've got the scenario in which the maidens, they know how to hold their own because
Hmm.
they're holding their own against opponents that are physically larger, and they know they're working harder to do the same job, and not but and they also have to have their wits about them, and they do that very very well. So you've got, there are arguments that can be made, that can be said that the maidens are kind of run through a more intense sort of forger's fire, refiner's fire. But when it comes to Bain and Chiad, I want to just kind of level the playing field a little bit,
Hmm.
because it's not a it's and again, I'm not dismissing or downplaying that dynamic, because that's important dynamic to acknowledge. But what I am
Yeah.
saying is that Bain and Chiad are on the same sort of level, equality wise, right? They are in the same scenario together, along
Yeah.
with the other Fardaris. And then you've got these two that particularly form a very strong friendship, and that is something special. And I would equate that to any kind of service where you've got people who serve, they see combat together, and they bond and they become friends, they become lifelong friends. But then there's just every once in a while, there's that friendship that just means a little bit more. There's just something about it that has an extra sort of potency about it. And this is what I like about the dynamic between Bane and Chiad. Um, they have that extra bit of magic.
See, for me, like I think the initial part of Bane and Chiad's. So I think their relationship, their kinship that starts off absolutely as a friendship, as this kinship, like hey, we're both maidens of the sphere. Is I think this part of it is a very common story. I think it's very common that members of the same warrior societies come across each other in blood feuds because when we first start kind of getting introduced to like Avienda teaching Rand about the Aiel societies, it's about hey, this clan has blood feud with this clan or water feud with this clan. This clan has water feud with this clan. There's all of these kind of tribal feuds that have gone on for years and decades, and the the Goshain and the Sarad are one of them that she talked about. I mean, her herself being part of the Saradon, talking about the different feuds that they have. But there's that added layer that we may be different clans, but within that we have the societies that it's the loyalty to the society, that there's a respect that extends beyond the boundaries of those clan barriers, where we're not going to fight other members of the same society out of respect, out of honor and recognition of the fact that we've put in the same work, same effort to be recognized as the same, which I think is incredible. It'd be the same as like watching two samurai of feudal Japan not fighting each other because they've both been recognized as samurai. Like it's in feudal Japan like almost unheard of that they're not like. It's the opposite really in feudal Japan. Like you would expect the opposite. Well, we're both samurai, so we should be fighting each other rather than fighting the peons under us. Versus that. So you have that element, but I think these friendships form naturally on the battlefield, but frequently they don't get to manifest and continue because the clans are pseudo nomadic, right? They move around and they try to find other fertile grounds and move around these kind of like these waterfilled areas. However, with Bain and Chiad, they have the benefit of they're both kind of chosen to be part of the groups that go out and look for the Karakarn, and they're both part of the groups that come back with and around the time that the Karakarn returns. They're both there when the Karakarn is identified, and they're both a part of the clans that remain with Rand as the true Karakarn once he's identified, right? So they wind up being like a unique example of these and what they become near sisters of the same warrior society that are present in the new Aiel, right? Because once Rand is recognized as the true Karakarn, we see essentially like the Aiel still know, but essentially for practical purposes, there's no longer a clan-based breakdown amongst the Aiel. There's so few of that remnant of a remnant left following Rand that it's most of the Aiel following Rand just kind of follow along in the warrior in the society, kind of like what's up, Rebecca?
Bain and Chiad are first sisters. They're not near sisters. They're first.
They become first sisters later on. Early on, they're near sisters.
They're first sisters in the old books. Because when else are they going to be saying their things in front of the wise ones? They're fish sisters as soon as they meet, and they talk about it when they are with Avienda, and is it someone who's the one that Nynaeve has to heal in book 3?
Well, that's a different one. That's because that person ends up dying again.
Yeah, that person dies. But I'm just saying that's when we first run into Bain and Chiad, and they talk about how they are first sisters at that point.
Which is also the other reason, and if I'm jumping the gun, let me know, but this is also the other reason why Gaul is so frustrated, because he has the hots for one of them.
Chiad.
And Chiad's like, nope, not without my sister. And Gaul is like, yeah, but I don't like Bain.
I heard once, maybe more than once now, Bain is the bane of Gaul's existence. Yes. And that is how I always keep track.
And I love, especially when Bain and Chiad become Gaishain after the battle in Malden.
So because Bain and Chiad don't become first sisters until Fires of Heaven, chapter 49, The Lesser Sadness.
Thank you. That is interesting. I did not know.
Don't thank me. Thank ChatGPT for doing better than Google did. It's not me. It's ChatGPT. Like, I looked it up in Google, and Google was like, "Oh, here's a Watt.fandom article on Bain and Chiad," and I'm like, "Okay, cool. Where's the answer?" And it's like, "Nope, don't have it for you." So Avian, who's already close to Elaine, arranges the first sister ceremony with Bain and Chiad. Wise ones conduct the ritual involving physical and emotional ordeals. Because I think, isn't it the Bain and Chiad first sister ceremony that really shows us what the first sister ceremony looks like?
Elaine and Avienda one.
I thought that was Elaine Bobby.
Yeah, that's Elaine and Avienda.
Okay. So it's during the Avienda and Elaine ceremony that Bain and Chiad agreed to bind themselves as first.
Is it?
Apparently,
Yeah.
is it? I don't. Okay, I don't know how much I trust this.
It's alright. I don't trust ChatGPT.
I'm about to find out. So fires ahead in chapter 49. Y'all talk. I'm gonna actually grab the book.
Yes. There we go. Yeah.
Cite your sources.
ChatGPT, you must fact check because it pulls from inaccurate databases.
Oh yeah, fucking AI is trash.
Ugh. Amen. Fact check. Always.
But either way, like I love because doesn't Gaul he takes out one of the Shido
Oh, I didn't even get the chapter name right.
who claimed the guy shine, and then they were like, "Oh, we're Gaul's guy shine now."
The Lesser Sadness is chapter 44.
And then he torments they torment the ever loving hell out of him, and it's
Fuck yes, they do.
and they've been tormenting him since the beginning too, because they follow Fail through the ways while Perrin and Gaul follow them as well, and they take Fail's side. I'm 100% convinced that they're just taking her side just to piss Gaul off because Gaul has sided with Perrin.
I think that's what they did in the beginning.
That's what I'm saying. Like in Shadow Rising, and even Gaul even talks about how he's got the hots for Chiad, but and he wants her to lay a bridal wreath at his feet, but she won't, and he's afraid. And they've talked about it, but Chiad's like not without Bain.
But they're not even supposed to be talking about it. So like that's another big thing too, right? Because you're not supposed to talk about laying a bridal wreath.
Well, you can like talk about it, right? But
you can talk about it, but you're not supposed to talk about it.
I can't go up to a woman and be like, "So when you gonna lay a bridal?" Fuck.
I want
Not
you.
in Aiel culture.
I want to see.
But they do like each other. They do spend time together. They do spend time together. And I imagine in those moments that conversations come up where he's been like, I love the role reversal here. So the Bain, Chiad and Gaul are like laying in bed naked, and oh, that was so good. And then Gaul is like, "Hey, Chiad, like, what are we?"
She's like, I'm gonna teach you to sing.
And Chiad's like, "Oh my god, can we not just please? Why do we have to put a label on things?"
Bain, can we put him back in that cage?
And then during the course of that conversation, I'm sure at some point in time, Chiad was like, "Look, homie, I don't go anywhere without my baby. My baby."
Yeah. And she's like, I told slay a bridal wreath for you. And then Bain's like, yeah, I fucking won't.
And your friend Bain, 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 yeah.
Oh, yeah. So also, yeah, I'm just thinking about all of the possibilities here. I really like the Gaul Bain Chiad throuple. Like that is one that I would totes ship if it were to happen.
Oh, yeah?
Uh-huh.
I would
honestly, I loved their thing with Loyal in the show. Like, really, I don't know. I have a thing for Ogre Fingers.
I'm gonna spend all episode fucking chasing this fucking.
That's fine. You do that.
Bullshit trail down here.
Here's what I don't like about the show. Here's that scene in particular.
Is that Madame Dewberry?
Madame Dewberry? What?
Yeah, from Marie Antoinette. Is it Masterpiece Theater or whatever? Marie Antoinette. The Marie Dewberry is Chiad.
Oh, did not know that. Yeah. No, so here's the thing. I actually love Bain and Chiad in the show. Like,
I do too.
Time and time again, when it comes to the show, I love the character. I love the actor that portrays the character, and I love that. I love the feel of the character of the actor, the energy that actor brings to that character. Right, consistently. I love that. The problem is, in this particular case, let's just use the Maiden's Kiss as an example, right? Because once again, it plays one of my favorite gaffes, which is, yes, well, I'm not going anywhere, ha ha ha. And then the other one goes, and I go where she goes. I love that that's a running gag with those two. I go where she goes. I love it. It's so perfect, and it's such a simple way to show that. The problem I run into, the issue I take, is it is such a weak interpretation of Giotto. Like
Oh,
the Aiel take Giotto so seriously. It is ingrained into the fiber of their everyday living. Okay,
hmm.
and then for oh my goodness, Amy.
Okay. Reese, you were
What?
right. They are introduced in Dragon Reborn,
That's
chapter
not really.
38. Sorry, Rebecca.
All right.
Fucking, I'll get all my names right.
Another Mister. We got it. Let's go.
Yeah, sorry. I just saw an R and I was like, oh, fucking throw that name in there.
It works.
Yeah, they're introduced as first sisters in Dragon Reborn, chapter 38. So they've already spoken the
They done did it. So for them to come in and Loyal to be like, I would like to play me, and then they're like, okay, cool, let's play Maiden's Kiss.
I love
He
the scene.
he straight up. Oh, I'm talking about how I don't love the scene. I'm glad you love
Oh.
it though.
I
Well,
like.
I'll talk about how I love it
Well,
once you finish about how you don't love it.
I like it.
Loyal does this like you try to give a dog like food that it doesn't like, and it like and Loyal's doing this very intentionally. You good over there?
Yeah, I am.
He's doing this very intentionally, and they are like not smart enough to notice that he's doing it intentionally. They point the spears until it draws blood on his neck, and then they go, "Oh, there's an excuse for why we can't play." It's a
Culture
weak excuse.
differences.
It's a made-up excuse so that they don't have to kill someone that they like, and then everybody just accepts it. Everybody's just like, oh yeah, we tote the line on Giotto all the time. It doesn't matter. We don't care about Giotto. We like to just make shit up that's convenient. That's not Giotto. That's religion.
An observed
Giotto is not religion. Giotto is something far more precious than just religion. And so
It depends on the
it.
religion that you look at. So the religion of the 21st century, no. The religion of the 10th century, yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. Well, but even the religion of the 10th century, the only difference, yes, the people were very devout. The people lived it in
Yeah.
the fiber of their everyday lives. But
Yes.
those who were in charge, they made up excuses to justify what it is they wanted to do.
Some did. Some did.
The powerful
Yeah,
have
those such as say Martin Luther, right?
I'm not saying every single one of them did.
I just throwing people out there at you, Josh.
I'm saying the thing is for Bain and Chiad, as for people who lived, ate, slept, and breathed Giotto their entire lives, for them to just look at Loyal and be like, "Oh, I forgot." After we stabbed you halfway through the neck, we can't play this game. That to me, it paints a picture of Bain and Chiad treating Giotto as an accessory.
So here's how it does it.
Yeah.
Right? One, he's an unarmed individual, right?
Who willingly
They're
entered
armed.
into the game.
He did. He willingly entered a game, right? The ideology of a game is you enter it with the intent to win. The impetus for them, I think, realizing and pulling off that like, hey, we're going to kind of cede in half to you, is that because he's unarmed, they realize and how he's acting and seemingly intentionally failing that he never entered the game with the intent to win. Meaning that his intent is to force them to a stalemate where they either kill him to regain their honor or to a stalemate where by him playing the game, it forces them to save or spare his life, thus repaying the debt that's owed.
Right.
Which is what they realize, and I think they expertly played Giotto because they recognize this, they honor Giotto by not killing an enemy that has no, or not an enemy, but another individual that is not armed, has no intention of engaging with the active issue at hand, and instead allowing them to accomplish their goal, but also not giving up theirs by saying, "Cool, that works for Chiad. However, that doesn't count for Bain, right?"
Yeah, I know that's what they did. I feel
I don't,
I
yeah,
still feel like
I don't think it violates Giotto. I think it sticks with it.
I think what he's saying is that it makes a
In a way.
mockery of Giotto, not that it.
I don't think it makes a mockery.
I don't think it does.
Okay.
I think it's a weird play in like an ancient builders like they because there's also a different respect that the Aiel give to the builders than they do to the rest of the people in Randland, right?
For
Where
sure.
the builders already have a unique honorific immediately amongst the Aiel, right? You know, the people that can grow things out of stone.
Right.
And
Yes.
it's clear that he's not just doing this because he wants them gone. He's doing this because he feels that doing what he's doing is going to lead them to their death. So by putting his life on the line by playing Maiden's Kiss and refusing to actually play, thus causing himself to lose, he's going to ultimately save their lives. He's doing like the ultimate G of sacrificing his life
Yeah.
to save the lives of other IU.
Because they enter into it with honest intent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they
Yeah,
expect
because
others,
you would encourage Toe
especially
to
a
enter it
freaking
with like
Ogier.
dishonest.
An Ogier, come on, people! Like you would expect an Ogier to enter into a contest with an ill will. No,
Mhm.
no.
So
But he doesn't. But he also doesn't worry. Like he's Ogier.
Yeah.
He doesn't care about Toe. And also his
Yeah, no, he doesn't
concept of like the time span to repay the Toe would be
Yeah.
so heavily skewed.
Amen to
Like they'd
that.
be like, "Oh, you got to repay this Toe in like 3 days," and he's like, "Bitch, I got like 300 years to repay." Like, what are you talking about? You're putting a long handle on your vibrator. I mean, your axe to repay Toe in like the next 3 days.
long handle on your Hitachi.
Hey, let me tell you that Hitachi like karaoke mic does work in 3 days. All right,
I mean,
it's a karaoke mic clearly.
So again,
Really.
sons of bitches. Are you serious?
But anyway,
Those are goats.
Well, we're still with Bain and
Yes, back to Bain and Chiad.
Bain and Chiad.
Maiden's Kiss. So here's the deal. Ooh, hey, do Maidens play Maiden's Kiss with each other?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how many die?
None. Come on.
I mean,
I'm just-
who knows how? It's like this is like a philosophical. This is a fair philosophical question. Like, who knows better how to jerk off a man than another man? Who knows better how to kiss and please a woman
have
than
that
another woman? Like,
equipment.
There it is.
you have the equipment. You've got the cheat codes to the exam, right? Like it's just not a fair test, right?
It's an open book exam. That's all it is.
Bruh, I remember seeing like there was a comic. There was a comic of like little Johnny in health class, and they had to draw like the fucking like reproductive organs, and he noticed one of his female classmates kept looking down, and he's like, "It's not fair, teacher. She has an open book exam." Like horribly sexist, but still like
Dirty Johnny.
I'm not gonna lie. Like I try not to look at mine as much as I can. I'm like, bruh, like if I want to look at shrimp, I can like watch Finding Nemo. I got better things to do with my life.
Oh shit! No,
This is the fucking wedding tackle. We're gonna starve for shit. You know?
Here's the other thing too. Like our Bain and Chiad, I think one of the reasons why they are such an amazing sort of warrior pair is because they're a pair, right? They've got this extra bond of near.
Well, they balance, right?
First sisterhood, right?
Remember that gives them the extra. Sorry, John.
No, I was just gonna say they've got they're
How dare you?
So they've got the bond of perception in the back of their minds of each other.
The sisterhood of the traveling spears.
That's right, and that also means that they have that familiarity with each other. They are a team.
They also balance, right?
Together so well for so long that they can they know each other's moves, and that keeps them alive. It makes them stronger.
Well, they keep that quintessential Wheel of Time concept of balance, right?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
Bain is far more serious. Chiad is a bit more mischievous, So they kind of balance each other with a bit of like fuck around and a little bit of find outery, right? Kind of to their dynamic.
There's some
I-
Like
fuck
if you
around
made
on
fuck
here.
around and find out a dynamic duo, it'd be Bain and Chiad.
Honestly,
I
I do
love
too.
Yeah. I mean, exactly. What happens to Avienda in the TV show? They feel like she's fucking up, and so she gets a little bit of fuck around and find out from Bain and Chiad.
that could be their nicknames. Instead of Bain and
Yeah.
Chiad, you've got fuck around.
That's their
Oh.
secret agent names.
I like
Under
Yes!
Rand, when there's secret agents under Rand and under Perrin, it's
I love
not
it.
Bain and Chiad. It's special agents fuck around and find out.
So who's in on the Umbrella Academy? There's Hazel and God damn it, they have the most amazing names.
Oh, I hadn't seen it.
Something in Hazel.
That's a hard one for me, man. I love that show, but it's gotten so overinflated by
Yeah,
now.
I haven't seen it since like season
Yeah.
2. So
Roof Mistress Leia and I watched. I think we binged season 2 together, and then I watched season 3. I want to say, and it's bleh.
yeah.
But
Anyway,
you get so much from Bane and Chiad. So like as much as I hate the whole arc with Fael and Perrin, you get a lot of Bane and Chiad in the arc, right?
Correct.
They kind of they wind up swearing to Fael is refusing to be separated. They're like, we'll work for you as long as we're allowed to stay together. Like, you want to separate us? We'll fuck you up. We can stay together? We'll be your best friends. And Fael's like, that's fucking fantastic. Like, that's a great fucking deal.
Two for
Buy
the
one,
price
get
of
one
one.
free? Like, fuck it. And this thing like shows a massive amount of loyalty even within the Aiel traditions, because you have like this concept of chosen family versus blood family, because they have blood families, but they chose their warrior societies and their roles in Aiel society at large, and they're adhering to that. Again, maidens are wed to the spear before anything else, and they're holding on to that, and they have their first sister kind of a, or not kind of, but their first sister kinship relationship with each other. But they also both work together to kind of heighten and demonstrate Fael's flaws. They kind of like highlight her strength and flaws, and they kind of help Fael see where she's kind of like not doing so good and hot, and where she can improve. And they're doing it pseudo intentionally out of love, because they're trying to help someone that they consider kind of a like a little sister almost. Figure out how to be better, and how to be better to be a better, partner and wife to Perrin, kind of thing. To not for Perrin's sake, but for Fael's sake, because they're really tied to her.
Right. Which is
But
the
we
other
get
thing
a ton
about the-
of humor and banter between the two of them. Like Matt is the levity and the humor for the series. But if there was gonna be a close second for humor and levity to go on like anywhere else in the series, it's fucking Bain and Chiad.
Agreed.
Because like all they have to do is look at each other and be like, "The fuck," and you're fucking laughing. Because like Fael will say something, Bain and Chiad glance at each other, and you're like, "Hey."
They go.
Yeah, they just give a couple little gang signs at each other, and you're just like, "Hey." I don't know what they said, but it seems funny.
Do you know why
Close enough.
maidens have hand talk? Because even when they're silent, they can't stop talking.
Talking.
Clever.
I like
Um,
Bain and Chiad. They're probably two of my favorite characters.
Especially how fierce they are, like
So good.
when they're captured with Fael.
Hmm.
Like they're fierce to their role, but they're also still like relatively fierce, because they're like, Fael doesn't know how this works.
Right.
Yeah.
And they're very understanding,
Which is-
right?
Puts them a little bit in like a rock and a hard place, right? Like they're not expressly prohibited from helping Fael be better Goshain, right? Or Goshain.
Right.
However, they're also not supposed to do anything like that as well. And they know that by doing it, like they're like shaving tiny little slivers off of the toe block, kind of.
Yeah.
Like it's just the tiniest little slivers off of it that they're getting. And they're like, but if we don't, it's gonna be fine. And then like whenever old dude starts helping her out and she's complaining to Bain and Chiad, they're like,
Poland.
What's the fucking problem? He's being nice.
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, but I have a husband, and they're like, and
What happens
your
when
fucking
guy
point?
stays while guy
Yeah.
stays?
They're like, oh, it's a fucking trip to Vegas. Like, you're not Fael the Falcon. You're Fael the guy Shane. He can't fault you for it.
Yes, because that's how that works. Baby, I swear I was Guy Shine at the time.
Within reason, it's a fair point. But there's also there's a within reason to both sides of the argument.
Yes, which
I
is what makes it great. So,
which
Rebecca,
again, like Bain and Chiad, I think represent one side of the argument, and Fael is the other of that one. Not to get too deep.
yeah,
But yeah, I want to hear more what Rebecca thinks,
I was about to say, I think you,
especially since I accidentally called her Reese.
On which part should I be commenting at this point?
I don't know,
So,
just pick one.
all right, that's fine.
Getting excited.
I do get excited for Bain and Chiad. I agree with.
Tell us more.
No. All right. So what I love is that they show a different relationship dynamic in the books and in the show. One of the very first different relationships that we see in the books, actually, right? Because you have to think they come in on Dragon Reborn, and on Dragon Reborn, we see Bain and Chiad, and they are obviously more than just friends when we meet them, and they go through explaining it.
Kind of put Evelyn in her place.
Yeah, and they talk about how, well, if you guys are such great friends, why don't you just speak the words of the wise ones? Like, it's no.
You guys are such great friends. Why don't you just?
Yeah, just do it. Just do it.
Why don't you just
fuck
if you love each other so much, why don't you marry her? Right? Like, that's what you say when you're kids. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it?
Why don't you marry him? Okay.
Oh, if you're such great friends, why don't you just get fucking married?
Why don't you just get married? Right? Come on. If you have each other's backs, then have each other's backs.
Because I know Elaine is at the point where she's like, oh, if you're first sisters, you have the same mom. But if you're near sisters, you have like a stepmom. And they're both like, that's not how that works. Like,
no,
not really.
You can become first sisters.
And Elaine's like, the fuck you mean I'm wrong? I'm the fucking daughter heir of Andor. And they're like, you're a wetlander. We don't give a...
Yeah, we don't care. So, yeah, you can be, like, and it shows right away that in this culture, that's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Right? Like, two women can love each other and say vows in front of their wise ones, and everyone recognizes it.
Absolutely.
And, like, huge.
And it can be all degrees,
Bain
right?
and Chiad
It's...
are the gay marriage heard around the world.
And that's the thing, right? It can be all degrees. It can be platonic. It can be non-platonic. It can be all degrees involved, and nobody cares, right?
Right.
No.
You can fuck. You cannot fuck. You can kiss. You can cuddle. You can do none of the above. Nobody gives a shit.
Right,
As long as you give earnest care to the position that that you're basically applying for, right? Whenever you go into those ceremonies, you got to show you're applying to show your proof that you care to that degree to be a near sister, a first sister, a near brother, a first brother.
You're being
that kind of shit to whoever.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And I love that ceremony. Honestly, the first sister ceremony, the first sibling sister wife ceremony.
If you go to Jordan Con and or WatCon, they do have people that do first sister ceremonies.
Mm-hmm. I think I've been to two.
Yeah,
they're pretty beautiful.
Yeah,
they're pretty cool to watch.
I always love the shock on someone's face when it comes time to slap them, and when it comes time to like say something about the other person that they don't like, say one of their flaws. I always love it because they're always like, oh.
Never watch the first. Never watch the first, second, or third slap. It's about the fourth or fifth is when you start figuring out what's really about to happen.
All right, listen here.
The first and second are going to be probably kind of light, feeling it out. Third and fourth are going to be probably a little bit harder, kind of more steady. That fucking fifth one.
So
is whenever you know when shit's getting serious or not. Like,
So we know that Avienda and Elaine did this first sister ceremony, and they fucking laid each other out, right?
They
Can
took
you
it seriously.
imagine Bain and Chiad as warrior babes? Like,
Yes. Oh my god.
it's gonna look like one of those like slap championships. They'd be like,
Yeah. Slap it.
hmm,
kind
pow, to slap
of
you
at the
in.
podium, fucking like chalk in their hands.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the first sister ceremony.
My
Chalk your
face
hands.
burns.
Holy yeah, sister!
My face.
I got you for
burns
4 whole
thinking about
slaps.
it.
4
Oh,
whole slaps of sisterhood.
Yeah.
dude, there's only one slap.
Four slaps of sisterhood.
That's the thing. It's supposed to go until you have nothing left to say to each other, right? Like until
It's
you
not.
aired out all your gripes.
No, I think it's just.
No, it's just the
Oh,
one.
is it just the one? Oh, well, that's
And it
lame.
isn't even that. It isn't even that.
Andrew,
It's
that's
simply
lame.
you
Ruined
say
my
you each say your
fantasy.
thing, right? So you each say your thing, and then the godmother, let's just call them your godmother, whispers in your ear, slap her, and you slap her, and so the only reason you slapped her is because someone fucking told you to,
No.
and so you will always have toe
Exactly.
towards her because the only reason you slapped her is because someone fucking told you.
Yep. And know that you have toe towards this person because you caused them harm for no other reason than
Then
because
someone
someone
told you
told
to.
you. Yep.
Yeah. Know that
So
you
you
have
can
toe
imagine,
because
though,
you
Bain and
scapegoated
Chiad-
out your anger to somebody else.
Bain
That's
and
the real
Chiad,
reason.
they fucking laid each other out. You know
They
that.
did. God
You-
damn it.
Bain was like, "Pow!" And Chiad was like, "Thunk." And like 10 minutes later, Chiad was like, "All right, you want to play?
God
Let's go
damn
play."
it.
And then
All right. Can we tie her up first?
Oh, we got some themes and some symbolism to go with Bain and Chiad here.
Hit it.
Let's go.
So, obviously, we got unity across division as a theme. Their bond as living rejections of their clan-based feuds. It's obviously a part of Aiel culture, but they embody it. Probably amongst the best that we see in the book series as direct examples, going beyond the clan feuds, interacting as members of the same warrior society, and being friends. Next, we have feminine strength, which is a massive part of the Wheel of Time. I don't know how you read the series and don't see how massive of a part of the Wheel of Time feminine strength is. But of course, fighting as warriors while maintaining their warmth, their wit, and their sisterhood with each other, and amongst their warrior society and anybody else they choose to include in that. Fucking fantastic. Chosen family, which reinforces one of Jordan's core themes throughout the entire series, that chosen family kind of aspect of you may be born with a certain amount of family, with a certain people in your family, but it's really the family that you choose, right? You can build your family, and some of the best family can be the people that aren't actually related to you. You're not beholden to people just because they share blood with you. What is it, like the phrase "blood is thicker than water," but that's not the full phrase. I forgot the rest of the phrase.
The water of the covenant is thicker than the blood of the woman.
Yeah, that's it. But basically, like, don't let somebody sit there and be like, "Oh, well, you're related to them." And you're like, "Fucking so," and like, I chose so and so. That bond is clearly like closer because I had a choice in that versus like I'm just stuck with this because of DNA. DNA can fuck off. All right, DNA. You're my bitch. I mean, I'm other than like mutations and shit, so please don't fuck me over. But other than that, whatever.
That's what it is. It is. So the saying is, the blood of the covenant is thicker than the water of the womb, which is the opposite of that, right?
Yeah.
Because the water of the womb suggests relationship, and the blood of the covenant suggests the choice.
That's where the misrepresentation is.
And that's where the
blood is thicker than water is used to misrepresent the original quote.
Exactly.
Boy, did my mom do that.
We got duality. We got the fire. Bane's red hair and temper versus the calm playfulness of Chiad. A balance in characteristics. They both work together and balance each other out in a very beautiful, long way. that provides enjoyment throughout the majority of the series that I know I love. Fantastic. When Matt's not there to be extra funny, Bain and Chiad are there to be like fucking funny as shit.
Correct.
And then we get some cultural mirrors. Through Bain and Chiad, Jordan shows the complexity of Aiel society without monolithic stereotype. We get a lot of explanation about Aiel society through Avienda's interaction with Rand and Egwene's interactions with the Wise Ones. But we also get more through Bain and Chiad interacting with Fael and Perrin, and Gaul with Perrin. And it's invaluable. Every bit we can get from the Aiel helps us understand the Aiel as a total encompassing culture better, as long as they're not Savannah and the Shido, because they've all abandoned Aiel culture very clearly. So there's that. Yeah, let's I think move into final thoughts here. Final thoughts about Bain and Chiad as characters. Do we want to go Josh, Rebecca, and then me, or then me, Rebecca, Josh, me, Josh, Rebecca?
Rebecca first.
Oh,
Ladies first.
So in conclusion, I, Bain and Chiad, I think, have one of the most solid foundational relationships in the books. They have built their friendship, their first sistership, from a foundation of friendship, of relying on each other, of trust, of compatibility and humor where needed. And it's beautiful, honestly. Like, what other couples in these books share that?
a fair fucking point right there. Son, I tell you what, right there, that's a fair fucking point right there. If I ever heard one right there, I tell you what, Sonny.
That's what you bring me here for.
Oh boy, I tell you what, that two of you a fair point right there, son. Josh, do you want to go last or do you want to go next?
I'm going to go next because we got something important to say.
Oh boy.
Bain and Chiad are awesome. And I would play Maiden's Kiss with them.
You would lose.
Thank you.
Oh,
Wow.
son, I'll let them stab me next.
Actually, I don't know. I was thinking like lose, like they would be the better kissers. Like not
It
that
doesn't matter who
you would
wins.
die.
We all win.
Exactly.
Oh boy, I need to
Playing
only
Bain
survive
Chiad
one
will be
round.
The closest I get to death by snoo.
I only need to survive one round, then go to Valhalla happy.
There you go.
I don't know why I'm Irish going to Valhalla happy.
Yeah, here.
But it do be the trick.
What are you doing right now?
Oh my, I
It
feel
do be the trick I trick.
like Seamus, where'd you come from?
Seamus has entered the
I
chat.
just left Odin
The
over
over
there.
it do be challenging Ma Allen here. What you doing, Thor laddie boy? You're on my land.
I got an ear you can maulin. What?
What is
Where
the?
were you when the snakes
What
were
are
all
those,
over me
shillelaghs?
land?
Is that what those are called? They're sticks, the shillelaghs?
What?
Leprechaun
shillelagh?
stick.
The Daedric sticks to fight with. Yeah,
Oh.
the
Yeah, the
shillelagh.
shillelagh.
Yeah,
There we go.
with the rounded point on the end. Yeah,
The fun story: shillelagh can only be made an actual
can
shillelagh.
only be made in Ireland.
It can only be made in Ireland.
Of a
It can only be
specific
made
tree.
by a specific wood. It's like
Yeah.
a black thorn tree. I want to say.
I think so.
Oh, that fits in any.
I used to be an adventurer like you till I
Yeah,
took a shillelagh to the knee.
It's
Oh my
black
god!
thorn.
I know
Yeah.
that's from Skyrim, which is
It's
It's
also
also a
based,
D&D. It's also a druidic spell for D&D.
It's
Perfect.
also
The
based.
cultural appropriation in your D&D offends me.
It's
I
also,
remember you on St. Patty's Day. I'll
it's
curse
also
you.
based in actual human culture. That's why when
Yeah.
a man proposes, he drops to one knee. because he's saying that he is no longer going to be an adventurer. He has taken an arrow to the knee, and he is now ready to settle down.
So just so you ladies know, in marriage, you're an arrow to the fucking knee,
No, no, no.
is
No,
what
no,
Josh
no.
is saying here.
No, no, no.
You're a permanent weakness and injury to the
Wow.
mobility of man.
That's not what Josh said.
You know how like Mulan's like dad was like limping around and still got summoned by the emperor. That's how Josh views you during a marriage proposal.
Josh is a twice divorced, bitter, middle-aged man.
Boom! High
That's what I
five!
said. All the more
High
true.
five!
A fucking arrow to the knee twice.
I only got
Man's
two
walking
knees.
with a fucking gimp of a limp. Anyway, Bain and
Like-
Chiad are awesome. They are a fantastic symbol of balance and continuity in the entirety of the series. They get introduced in Dragon Reborn. They maintain their sisterhood, their reliance and resilience with and to each other, despite Gaul's repeated advances that he only cares for one, doesn't really give a shit about the other. And they're like, when we swore to the Maidens of the Spear, we also said if they don't like both of us, or if we don't both like them, they don't get us.
Yep.
And Gaul's like, fuck, god damn it, I gotta appeal to the fucking other one. Why? And the other one's like, I don't fucking know why either. Give up. It's like fucking trying to pick up somebody in the bar, and they've only got one friend you like, and the other one you can't stand. Like the other one's your ex, almost. And you're just like, fuck, like I gotta date my ex to be with like
That's
my
how you
future, and
move
it's
across the country.
girl, it's like fucking why is the future past? Poor Gaul. But also poor Bain and Chiad, they gotta deal with the whole fucking shit. Like, the gall of Gaul to go for both of them at the same time.
Wall of Gaul. Yes.
That guy.
I love how Perrin reacts to all of it the whole time. He's just like, good luck. I feel bad for you. I can't deal with one, much
He's
less
like,
two.
yeah, I
And Gaul's like,
don't understand.
I love it. Perrin's like, I can't deal with one, much less two. And Gaul's like, I'll wear them down. And Perrin's like, oh, fucking think you will.
Well, buddy.
But Bain and Chiad are awesome. I love how they were portrayed in the TV show. I think they chose fantastic actors. It was a fantastic show. I love Bain and Chiad. They hold a special place in my heart as really good comedic relief and really good representations of Aiel culture and really incredible aspects of feminine strength in the Wheel of Time. So I really appreciate it, as all the Maidens of the Spear do, because they're a really good steadfast post for that. Anywho, I think we've belabored this whole episode point quite long enough. I haven't redone the outro, which I do need to redo because I don't have the original file, so I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. Before we do that, Rebecca said, you have answered the last minute call to come on for this episode. Thank you so much. Cannot thank you enough
To be here.
for doing that. Where can everybody find you and all of the fantastic things that you do?
North Harbor Sedai. North Harbor Podcast. It's on Discord,
I
YouTube,
do be Sedai in the North Harbor.
X, formerly Twitter, whatever we call it now. Blue Sky. Oh, wait, no, we don't have a Blue Sky yet, but I am on Blue Sky. As is Adalorna. We are anywhere that you can find podcasts, and you can also hear me and my dear friend Andrew as we take on Mistborn.
Oh, who's that asshole? That fucking
I
guy.
don't know. That guy.
That fucking weirdo. Making his way through the Cosmere one chapter at a time.
Oh, I know. We even have a combined announcement channel between BTP and North Harbor now, just for
Yeah.
this. I know. It's pretty
Crazy
exciting.
nuts. Let it
It's
work.
crazy.
Go and check everything out. You can listen to all of the fantastic stuff that North Harbor Podcast has to offer, which is fantastic. It is unique to go from the end of the series towards the beginning of the series. Go and check them out. It's fantastic. We've been on an episode or two, and it's been a ton of fun, and we interact with them all the time. And Rebecca and Adelorna.
The fully
the fully erect portion. Rebecca and Adelorna are fantastic folks. Go and show them all the love, and please tell them we sent you if we did. And if we didn't, still tell them that you love them.
Still tell them.
And again, show notes down below. Description will be links to North Harbor Podcast and anything else Rebecca wants me to link within reason, obviously. No certain websites. If you get that joke. I probably did a terrible job of beatboxing.
You really did.
Sorting
But
hub.
I still knew what he was talking about.
Yeah. None of those. Anyway, from all of us here at the Black Tower Podcast, I've been Andrew, your Bijan Mahale.
I have been Josh, your Mahale of the Sorovan variety.
And thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you all again next week for our next episode of the Black Tower Podcast. We love you. We'll see you. Bye-bye.
You've been waiting for this moment, for this feeling to grow. In the shadows, always watching, always running the show.